Is it recording? Yeah, it is. There's the little timer. There's the little timer. Hello, everybody. It is Fuzzy Amy here. If you can't hear me, I'm going to talk a little louder. What's today? Friday. Today is Friday. So, and I said Wednesday. Yes, I have a clothespin in my hand. I said Wednesday. That Friday was going to be movie review day. Okay. So, welcome to movie Friday? Movie review Friday? I'll figure something out. So I'm going to do something more recent. I say more recent, but it's been out for a while now. And yes, I'm eating. So, and the only reason I actually rewatched it was because my little brother had mentioned something at the very ending. So I'm going to say this now. I'm about to talk about a movie that not everybody has seen. So when I say the name, if you have not watched it, I need you to exit out of this video. Okay? Because it's going to bring a lot of spoilers. So please, please, please do not watch this video. Okay? I am going to be reviewing Avengers Endgame. The final Avengers movie. For now. And so if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame, please go watch it. Or just don't watch this video. My camera is all... Okay. So, warned you. This is about Avengers Endgame. If you haven't watched it, leave this video. Leave. Go away. Bye. See you later. If you have seen it, let's review. Bullseye. Bullseye. 1 second. No. No. Come on. Thank you. I don't know what happened to my pause button. But anyway. So if you have not seen Avengers Endgame, please do not watch this video. If you have, let's review. Shall we? So we all know how it begins. They find Thanos on another planet that looks similar to Earth, and they kill him. After finding out, he destroyed the stones. He used the stones to destroy the stones after getting the stones in Avengers Infinity War. So if you haven't watched that, spoiler, sorry. Although if you haven't watched Endgame, why are you watching this anyway? And then it cuts. It goes to 5 years later. 5 years after they do that. And you know, Hawkeye has gone rogue, I guess. Rogue. I don't know. And I mean, I don't blame him. Is it right? No. Thanos took his family away. kind of fucked up. But Tony's in space with the newer version of Nebula, which I kind of like her. She's very different. I like it. And then they get found by Captain Marvel and brought back to Earth. Of course, that's in the very beginning. That's when, and it's after that that they go without Downey because he's not strong enough. So, and kill Thanos, cut his head off. Finally, Thor does. So 5 years later, Ant-Man comes back. And because he got stuck in the quantum realm, he got lucky. So, but he goes to them and he talks about it. What if, they go through the quantum realm, go back in time, and get the stones before Thanos can even get them, bring them back to their time, snap everybody back, and Thanos never gets them. Great, but there's a problem with that. When they try to get Tony's help, he didn't do it at first. I say at first. He has a daughter. Him and Pepper are married finally. My kid. They live in a nice little cabin. It's really nice. I like it. And Tony's like, I'm not gonna risk what I already have. And at that point, I was like, okay, yeah, I get that. You finally got the family that you wanted. All this other stuff. So they go to Bruce Banner. Unfortunately, Bruce Banner, the whole quantum realm and time travel thing is way out of his league. That's not what he's studied. That's not the kind of doctor he is. So, but they try anyway. They try. But instead, they pass time through the atom and not the atom, Ant-Man. Wrong universe. Ant-Man, instead of putting him through time. So instead of putting him through time and bringing him back from a different time period, they were bringing him back as either older or younger. It's actually kind of funny. It made me laugh. So Tony ends up coming. He gives Cap back his shield. And he helps them build this time machine. They build it. They make sure it works. Hawkeye comes back thanks to Black Widow or Natasha. And again, if you've watched this before and you're watching this, then you already know what happens. When they go back to get the Tesseract, Loki's scepter. Loki gets away with the Tesseract at first, and Bruce Banner is sent to get the Time Stone. Well, at the time when they had to go back, they went back to, I think it's the first Avengers. If you go back to the first Avengers, they literally go back in time to that point. And to get these stones. And so Bruce Banner goes to get the time stone. And of course, what's her name? The lady that helps Doctor Strange become Doctor Strange, you know. He gets it. I forget her name. I really do. I forget her name. But she explains this. You take all the Infinity Stones, keep our timeline the way it is. So if you take out the time stone, an alternate reality happens. Basically, a new reality happens. But then Bruce Banner made a point. What if we take the stone back to its origin, back to where we took the time we took it from? That would reset the timeline. He mentions that Doctor Strange gave it up in the original the first Avengers Infinity War to her, and you know, she says that she feels it. She gives the stone, then gives the stone to Bruce Banner. He goes back. Unfortunately, because Loki in that time period got away with the Tesseract, they had to go way back. They had to go further back. They had to go further back in time. But this time period is a little touchy. They went back to 1970. They go back to 1970 to get the Tesseract, and you can get more pen particles. So Cap goes to get the pen particles. Tony goes to get the Tesseract. Now, when Tony goes and gets the Tesseract, he actually runs into his dad. And of course, when his dad asked him who he was, he said Howard Potts. He's using his wife's last name, his dad's first name. And he says he's from MIT, blah blah blah. And they walk out and they do talk, and he got to talking to his dad, and it was a really nice moment for him. Now that I've gone to that part, we all know what happens in Avengers Endgame. If you're still here and watching this, go watch the movie, and then you can come back and watch this. So at the very end, we all know what end we're talking about. The one where, they're fighting Thanos and his army for a second time. And Thanos almost gets the freaking stones and snaps again, but he doesn't. Because Tony grabs the stones off of that and it attaches to his hand. Am I holding the right one? Because he was facing, this hand. And he does the snap, which gets rid of all of Thanos' army and Thanos himself. But it kills him. Okay? We all know that part. We all cry at that part. Okay? It's Iron Man. He's been one of the key characters in the entire Marvel Universe since the first Iron Man movie. Actually, now that I think about it. Well, if you go to the funeral scene, right, when they're panning over everyone, they go like this. If you look behind the kid from the Iron Man 3, who's now all grown up, if you look behind him, there's a man. I'm saying this now. There's a man. Okay? Gray hair. And if you look close enough, and if you're actually paying attention, that man in the background, standing behind the kid from Iron Man 3, is Tony's dad. Now again, my little brother spotted this because he watched Avengers Endgame again before I rewatched it. It was actually the fact that he said that that I was like, okay, now I gotta go watch it again. So, if you look, and if you're really paying attention, you really, really have to pay attention. Okay? First, I'm gonna say this. The movie was fantastic. Second, the fight scenes were amazing. Third, what the hell happened? Or, lastly, so glad everybody came back. I cried when Iron Man died. I know I'm not the only one. I was like, don't cry, don't cry. I ended up just tearing up, and then like maybe a tear just let loose. But when I rewatched it, Tony Stark's dad is in the background. You have to really pay attention. When it pans over to the kid from Iron Man 3, look behind him. Pause it and look behind him when you can see the man with the gray hair behind this kid. Because that is Tony's dad. If you look close enough, it is Tony's dad, who should not be there because Tony's dad is supposed to be dead. So they did that for a reason. They brought him back like that for a reason. And I can't wait to hear the theories. Also, before anybody asks what my favorite scene is, my favorite scene would happen to be when everybody enters through those portals in the end, the last fight scene. And everybody finally enters and you just see them all coming back, and it's like it just makes you smile. Because especially if it's your first time watching, because you don't know what's going to happen next if it's your first time watching. So it's like, oh, it's so cool, it's awesome, and then they hit you. It's like, you that's my favorite scene, when they're all coming back through and Dr. Strange asks if that's everybody, and the other guy was like, you wanted more? And it's just, that part makes me laugh. And then it's like Cap finally gets to say Avengers Assemble. I'm waiting for that. Also, I think it's really cool that he ended up being worthy of Thor's hammer. That's cool. I was kind of worried when his shield broke, but then I was like, oh, he can wield. What? He is worthy. And it's interesting because it's like, don't expect it. I also like that they went with Sam as the next Captain America instead of Bucky, because that is one of the, if you look back in the comics, there's two different the rebirths of Captain America is after Infinity War. In the one where they actually win, you have two options. There's one where he gives the shield to Bucky to continue being Captain America, and then there's one where he gives it to Sam, aka Falcon, to be the next Captain America. So I think if I'm correct, I'm probably not, but believe the first ending in the comic books, like originally, was that he gave it to Falcon. Again, I may be wrong. It's been a long time since I've actually seen the comic books, but yeah, like it was amazing. You know, he got to finally go back to Peggy, Margaret, Agent Carter. You know, and they finally got to live a life that they lost because he was originally frozen in ice and found 70 years later. Like, oh shit. Like, damn. I also like when they're back in New York from the first Avengers movie. That's America's ass. Like, what? Okay. I mean, yeah, he's got a great butt. Um, when Thor had long hair and it looked good, it wasn't a mess. Um, I also like that Thor joined the Guardians of the Galaxy people and gave Valkyrie reign over what was left of the Asgardians. Know that a lot of them were back once the snap happened, when they re-snapped. I also kind of was like, oh, because when he did the snap, it brought everybody back. He really tried to bring that back, but because she sacrificed herself for the Soul Stone, she can't come back, unfortunately. But yeah, it's just literally at the end of the movie when they're panning all the people. You'll see him in the very, very way, way back behind the kid from Iron Man 3. It's Tony Stark. He shouldn't be there. He's supposed to be dead. So something happened within the time they went back in time to 1970. And when Tony did the snap, where it brought his dad back from the dead, okay? From the fucking dead, okay? How? I don't know why. I don't know. Why? No clue. But Marvel did that, okay? Technically Disney did, but whatever. And I can't wait to find out why. I really, really can't. So, that's that movie review. Thought it was going to take a little longer, but I covered a lot of things. You know, I didn't cover a lot because it's a 4-hour long movie. But you know, there was no real flaws to it. It stuck to the comic books as best they could. And I think they did a great job. I really do. I think they did an amazing job. They did. The fight scenes were also very, very, like, you know, they were valid. They were amazing. It was just incredible. You know, I liked it, you know, all around. But I think my biggest issue was when they went to go and get Thor to try and get the whole team back together so they could do the whole time travel thing and get all the stones. I don't like what they did to Thor. They kind of turned him into this alcoholic. And I didn't like that, but, you know, it's kind of like one of those things where it's because he blames himself for not being able to stop Thanos in the first place before Thanos snapped for the first time. before the first snap. You know, he blames himself. So it was kind of like a depression thing, that he was feeling so depressed about it, and he was blaming himself for it. So he ended up drinking to try and forget it, and then it's just a whole thing. Don't mind the person dying in the background.
I'll be quiet.
Sorry. Don't mind the person dying in the background. I'm almost done, Vamps. Don't worry. But seriously, there's going to be. I'm gonna put this in. You'll see it. The disclaimer is gonna be in the title. If you have not watched this movie, please do not watch this video. That's what it's gonna say. But anyway, I think that's it for Avengers Endgame. If I missed anything, let me know. Comment down below. Tell me what you thought of the movie. If you watched it, freaking tell me your favorite scene. I want to know your favorite scene. Mine is obviously the last fight scene before Iron Man dies. Obviously, but they still have a lot of awesome scenes, and yeah, it was all around a really awesome movie. So I want you to comment down below if you've seen the movie, and if you have seen the movie, what is your favorite scene? I want to know, because y'all know my favorite scene. So it's like, I want to know what part made you cry, what do you think was the worst part of the movie? What do you think the best part of the movie was? Did you cry when Iron Man died too? Like, I'm sure a lot of people did, but wow, he's really dying. But anyway, so that's it for today. That's it for Friday's movie review. If I could, I would play it and then have me up in the little corner, but OBS doesn't want to do window share, doesn't want to capture Google, so I can just kind of skip through it and go over it like that. But so that's it for today. I hope you guys leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, hit the little bell down there. Well, I'm looking on the other side. Down there. And I'll see y'all spazzers Monday. I think, maybe. If I have something for Monday, I'll upload Monday. If not, I'll see y'all Wednesday or Tuesday. Well, I'll have Rare Wednesday, so you'll either see me Monday or Tuesday, and then you'll see me again Wednesday. So, bye. I hope y'all have a great weekend, because it is Friday. I hope y'all have a great weekend. Stay positive, stay happy, keep smiling, and tell those haters to go fuck a cactus. Bye!